No one was really sure if there was any value to home court advantage in the bubble. And after seeing the results of both number one seeds last night, it's clear to me we're on a more level playing field, as the Orlando Magic let the Milwaukee Bucks know that they're not going to simply roll over and play dead. With Nik Vucevic leading the way, it has everyone singing along, "Do you believe in magic?" Thanks to our friends over at Instat, I was able to quickly scan the lineup data and video clips to discover that two specific Magic lineups absolutely killed the Bucks in 9 minutes of play. Instat has tons of stats that give you a deeper insight into the game. For more info, click on the link below. Let's examine starters Nik Vucevic, Evan Fournier, and Gary Clark Jr. alongside Markelle Fultz and Terrence Ross. They run some triangle offense high post action when Fournier cuts off Vucevic before flowing into an inside pick and roll. I love how they flip this back into a step-up screen. George Hill sticks with the roll man while Fultz pulls up for the mid-range shot. This time, they set another inside ball screen for Fultz, and while the defense does a good job to contain, this is a free throw jumper for a guy that's figured out how to hit these after struggling so mightily for a number of reasons. Fultz is clearly the driver of the offense with this unit, and he rejects the screen to attack on the right side. Bledsoe does a good job to cut him off, but I love how they flow right into the next progression. The kick out into handoff immediately forces an extreme rotation. Fultz didn't know he was left open under the hoop, while Giannis is needlessly helping one pass away to the ball. Ross makes the easy pass to Gary Clark, who isn't going to shy away from open three-point shots. On this trip down, they set a double ball screen for Fultz, and while I'm positive the Bucks will let him have this all day, he shoots this like a floater, yet it still goes clean through the hoop to extend the lead to 12. We had seen how frustrated Brook Lopez had become already, and late in the third, he foolishly chases the long rebound to the corner and reaches in. This puts him so far out of position that Marvin Williams is forced to guard Vucevic. The Bucks waste no time attacking the mismatch, and with no pressure on the passer, this lob is way too easy and they get the layup. And that leads to this lovely pistol action as Fultz hands off to Fournier, who then gets the inside ball screen. Remember, the Bucks defense dictates that Lopez will drop deep into the paint on these plays. This will always leave Vucevic wide open from behind the arc, and he makes them pay to extend the lead to 12 again. Take the same three-man lineup of Vucevic, Fournier, and Ross, then add DJ Augustin and James Ennis, and you'll get a grouping that hurt the Bucks even more. They attack the Bucks defense when Brook Lopez does his usual sink into the lane, allowing Vooch to get going downhill. And at this close range, he's going to score no matter who the defender is. At this point in the fourth, Vucevic had 30 points and had made 4 three-pointers, so Lopez adjusts his role by staying closer to his man. However, he fails to see that this pin away got Connaughton way out of position, and the easy pass or the easy finish keeps the lead at 8. With this deficit, the Bucks can't afford to give the Magic anything, so you'll see Brook Lopez actually step up on a switch of the pick and roll. Augustin has enough daylight before the closeout and just drops this through for an early dagger. The Magic remembered how well a pin away for Quentin Ross worked earlier, so they run a double staggered screen for him. Middleton does a nice job staying with him through the first screen, but Ross is at top speed with a 3-step advantage. Lopez again misreads this play, and instead of switching on to Ross, he just tags him and lets him go for the inside hand layup. The Magic uncork a nice set here as they make it seem like they're going to run that triangle high post action into a pin down on the weak side again. However, watch them break it off into a pin down for Ross on the weak side. Middleton top locks this to force Ross backdoor, but this forces Lopez to slide down to stop the pass for a layup. Zero communication between Middleton and Lopez. There should have been a switch called. Instead, they get caught with their pants down, and it becomes another dagger as the Magic go up by 14. While the Bucks starters were awesome on offense, shooting 65% from the field, they simply couldn't stop the Magic very well at all. Based on the lineup data, you can see Coach Budenholzer kept subbing players in and out, with no other lineup playing more than 3 minutes, which leads us to the biggest concern for this Bucks team, Giannis in crunch time. While Giannis scored only 1 point in the last 6 minutes, the team scored 15, which is a very healthy number. So does it even matter that he didn't look at the basket? It didn't help that he tried to Euro his way through 2 defenders and the referees didn't give him the call he normally gets. That said, his free throws have been a problem, so... Down 12, they run into the high post again, but this play calls for Middleton to screen for Hill entering from out of bounds. Middleton slips this too early to go for the handoff, clearly running into Augustine, bowling him over, and committing the foul and turnover. Until this point, Evan Fournier hadn't hit a bucket, but you're not going to keep him scoreless for an entire game, and the Bucks let him get off at the worst time imaginable for them. It's hard to see, but he sets a back screen which lures his man to stop and cover the basket for a second. That gets him open for the catch. Good contest on the switch by Hill, but the inevitability of a shooter tends to overcome the defense eventually. Down 13, Giannis starts in the corner with Vucevic guarding him. The Bucks don't even look at him and don't recognize when Augustine is forced to switch onto him. But does that matter? As George Hill does the smart thing after a driving kick by sprinting out to the corner for the open 3-ball. Here's where it gets interesting for Steve Clifford going forward. With Giannis at the 5, they can put Vucevic on him and just give Giannis 5 feet of space to dare him to shoot. You can see how 2 other defenders will pinch to help stop the drive, and while he does make a 3 every now and then, this type of miss shows you exactly why his mechanics are such a problem. They even got another chance, but Connaughton just dribbles it away into another turnover. And the game essentially is ended here when they catch the Bucks executing their normal defense, helping one pass away with Lopez. But they had just let Fournier get back on track, and this is a wide open shot for him. Since Giannis can't shoot from outside of 8 feet, the defense can afford to back off of him as much as they want. And considering he didn't even look at the basket, this pass was an easy interception. At this point, Giannis isn't even glancing at the basket, intent on running their offense to the weak side. Watch what happens when he begins his roll to the hoop. 4-man synchronized helping. So they're left with nothing but an Eric Bledsoe attempt at driving, and then a kick out to an open shooter who slams it off the backboard, and this game is over. While the Bucks are probably still favorites to win the series, there are some real issues they need to solve. Middleton was their best pick-and-roll ball handler, yet didn't get many opportunities in the second half to run it. And while they've gotten good results with Giannis at the 5 in the regular season, it's clear to me the Magic can then match Vucevic up on the Greek Freak and render him ineffective in the half court. Oh, and the return of Aaron Gordon is imminent, adding more talent on the floor for the Magic. The Bucks have their work cut out for them, and it remains to be seen if they can figure this one out. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more playoff breakdowns coming up. We'll have at least one a day during the postseason, so turn on those notifications so you can be alerted right away. You in?